Yo, what's going on, everybody? How's it hanging? How's it happen? You know who it is. This is Kevin from the Chord Progression Podcast, brought to you by My Song a Day Rock 2000 to today. Hope you guys have an incredible week thus far as we lead into Thanksgiving. It is Tuesday the 26th. So, hope you guys are having one hell of a week so far. Get ready for that big Thanksgiving holiday. Always my favorite holiday because, well, I like to eat food. I like to watch football. And my parents always host it. So ever since I was a kid, it was always at, my house. But because I moved out, now it's at their house. But I really don't care because I'm over there, a good amount of the time anyway. They're over there every single Sunday having dinner with them. And, well, Thanksgiving is always my favorite holiday. It's so simple. It is the simplest holiday because every time the other holiday, you're traveling a lot. You're planning on, making this big, extravagant thing. You got to depend upon the weather. With Thanksgiving, all you got to depend upon is knowing a place you're going to go and have a turkey. And if you're the one, preparing the whole entire meal or hosting, think about this. It is the easiest one to host because, well, it's centered all around the meal. There's nothing else you really have to put together. It's not like Christmas, we have to do all this gifts and all this activities and stuff. I think for the kids, not like Easter, where it's kind of a very similar concept. Mother's Day, same thing. You don't have to go through all these hoops and everything. It's just sitting down, having a good time, and enjoying a meal with family. So, hope everyone has one hell of a time like I know I usually do. But this week, well, we had a lot of stuff happen the past week in music that I do really want to bring up and discuss because, well, it's interesting. We got some good stuff coming up. But before we do, this is where I will do my shameless plugs. So, of course, if we have advertising, which we are working on at the moment, again, thank you, Andrew Schuler, for helping us out with that. We put it here, but I'm just going to say, if you're listening to the Chord Progression Podcast for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a returning listener, thanks for stopping by once again. You can hear us on all our different platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and as of recently, we are doing the full videos of me doing the podcast here on YouTube, so you can kind of see the interaction as well. Once we get, people to kind of come in and do interviews with them, we will have them on there like we did with Jonathan Norris of Kingdom Collapse. So, also, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's where all the My Song of the Day stuff is. All your Song of the Day choices, all the fun stuff we do, like our IGTV videos, Small Band Saturday, Instagram live streams. All that's on there. Link description below. Follow us on TikTok as well. Enable our Amazon Alexa skill. Again, all this stuff is in the description below. But if you've heard me talk about any of this stuff, you guys know exactly what this is about. So, enough with the shameless plugs because I know you're thinking, Kevin, get into the show already. So, okay, I'll get into the show already. But let's start out with this first because the first order of business that we have actually pertains to new music. What? We got new music? Holy crap, Kevin, I don't believe we got new music. What the heck? Yes, we have new music to discuss, and I am fully intending on discussing it, especially because we have two singles that I really, really want to go into. The first was released the day after the previous episode of the Chord Progression Podcast. So it was released on Wednesday the 20th, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday the 20th, and that is called Popular Monster by Falling in Reverse. Now, you guys heard me talk about Falling in Reverse before. You heard me talk about them earlier this year, back around April-ish, when they came out with their single for 2019, Drugs. And this follows their Losing My Life, Losing My Mind singles that came out in 2018. They're kind of following the same mantra there. And I also talked about them the fact that I was going to go see them live, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go see Falling in Reverse live with Crown the Empire. This is going to be awesome. But of course, they had to cancel the tour because their guitarist, his wife, unfortunately has cancer and has become very severe to the point where it is best for the band not to tour so that he can spend the most amount of time with his wife. And we are hoping that she makes it through this and recovers and kicks cancer's motherfucking ass. So that's what we're hoping for. But Popular Monster is their new single, which came out on Wednesday, November 20th. And right away when I saw it, I'm like, oh, Falling in Reverse coming out with a new single? No, I wish they were on tour because I would be very interested to hear what the single was. But I thought, wait. Before I actually start being like, oh man, I wish I could find out what the single was, let's actually take a listen to it and see what I think of it. So, when you first jump into Popular Monster, it starts out and it's much more rap metal oriented. And if I had to say anything right away when I listened to it, the first thought I had in my mind was, this reminds me hard, and I mean hard, of Hollywood Undead. But to give you a more specific style of like Hollywood Undead, I'm talking like if they amped up the grit, the toughness, and the intensity of it from their Notes from the Underground album, when they really went hard on that kind of a style. So kind of mixed kind of like the hard style they've done on like songs like Day of the Dead and like We Own the Night from their 5th album, and put in with like the Notes from the Underground style, and that's really where it fits in the style. So naturally for myself, this was very intriguing because I love Hollywood Undead. I love their 3rd album, Notes from the Underground, so much. It's one of my favorite albums from them. And I thought, wow, I'm really surprised that Ronnie Radke went with this kind of style, especially given the fact that, you know, taking a look at some of the other styles, it's like the past 4 singles have really been more of like this rap, rock, rap metal style. If you take a look back to Losing My Life and Losing My Mind, he really gets into it in the verses. Drugs, he gets into it a little bit less, but mostly in the first verse towards the second half of it. So I'm like, okay, it makes sense. But the raps flowed very nicely, and he just picked up the intensity every step of the way. He was jumping it more and more and more, and that was something I was like, okay, you know, this is actually pretty good. I'm enjoying this. It smacks, it hits hard, and I was a fan of it. Then the chorus, and I thought, yeah, you know, you're really putting it out there, and you're really starting to go back more towards that Hollywood Undead style where it's the chorus has more of a rock and metal feel to it, less than rap. And it really showed in Ronnie's vocals too, because he sang a little bit more of that. Like, it was a mixture between like clean and unclean where it was gruffier, but it's still, you could easily hear what he was trying to say. And I liked it. Then we got to the bridge and the breakdown, and I was like, okay, what are they doing here? Because they switched from that rap rock style to just straight up metalcore. And you heard the unclean vocals from Ronnie. It was incredibly gritty. It hit you hard, and it mixed so well with that rap rock style that they'd gone with in the verses. So I listened, I'm like, holy shit. Falling Reverse is doing something awesome here. And I was like, is this better than Drugs? I kept listening to it on it. Like, after my first impression, I thought, this is better than Drugs. This is better than their song Drugs. This is better than Losing My Life, which were overtaken by Drugs. And I'm like, they're just getting better and better at this stuff. And I listened to it again and again and again, and it still smacks just as hard after like 6 or 7 listens of it straight through. I decided, okay, you know, if it smacks as hard, is it going to work well in my workout playlist? And on Thursday the 21st, now I think I, you know, potentially like sprained the MCL ligament in my left knee, so couldn't run on Thursday. I was really pissed off about it, but I was still going to try and lift too. I actually hit the squat rack and I wasn't feeling any pain, but I was like, I'm going to actually lift to Popular Monster to see if it still smacks, if it really fits into that moniker for me. And it really did. I listened throughout the whole entire thing. I just kept repeating it over and over and over and over again. And it just kept going and going and going. And I thought it was just the right move. Taking a look at the lyrical content, what they're talking about in this one, I was very happy to see kind of where they were going with this, because if you've taken a look at a lot of the stuff that Ronnie Radke has written, especially in the past like 5 years, he's really diving more into himself. Like taking a look back in their 2015 album, Just Like You, the song Just Like You, he really kind of goes into, you know, kind of calling everybody out for, you know, basically judging him when they're potentially doing the exact same kind of things and acting in a very similar way, but still judge him for that, but they don't actually look at themselves. But since they kind of came out with these 4 singles after their 4th studio album, so I'm talking about Losing My Life, Losing My Mind, Drugs, and now Popular Monster, he is really diving into himself. Like, take a look at, like, Losing My Mind. It's just, you know, him, you know, like, potentially just, like, losing what's going on in his head. Drugs was all about, you know, kind of how he lost his way. And Popular Monster really dives deep, kind of what Just Like You did, but in a much different way, where it's Ronnie's that popular guy to just hate, and that comes from all different, you know, groups of music fans. And I've talked to him too, talking on our live stream as well. I've talked to fans, and they're like, yeah, we really don't like Ronnie Radke. I brought it up in the live stream, and some people said, oh, I don't like that song. I'm like, have you heard it yet? And they said, no, but it's by Falling Reverse. I don't like them. I don't like Ronnie Radke's song sucks. I'm like, but you haven't even heard the song. So how can you say that song sucks? I just don't understand it. I had a couple people that were like, dude, that song smacks. I said, no. But, I mean, I had a couple people say, you know, I listened to the song, I wasn't a fan of it. I had a buddy who listened to me, said, you know what, I'm not the biggest fan of the song overall, but, you know, I do like it. It does smack hard. It might take me some time again. I'm like, okay, you know, give it a couple more listens, give it a couple more days, and then let me know. He hasn't let me know yet. But I said, let me know. Just I'm curious to see what he thinks, curious to see what he has to say, and I'm really excited for it. Looking forward at the music video as well. I saw a comment on it like right away saying, because it starts out in like kind of like a corner, like, you know, like in we're like the chamber for the House of Representatives at the United States Congress, and it's just people in there dead. And someone brought up on the comments like, is that the courtroom scene from The Drug in Me Is You? And I thought, I don't know, but that is definitely something that Ronnie Radke would do. And it kind of goes this whole entire thing about how he's trying to kind of like, you know, not necessarily escape the past, but not let it define him going forward, and just kind of showing that he's trying to consistently get better and do better for himself, which I really like. As the music video kind of leads on, he ends up getting like, you know, stuck in like a interesting spot with a bunch of like SWAT team members going, and basically becomes a werewolf mid-video and just goes on a rampage. The only thing that can calm him down at the end of it is his daughter Willow, and she actually appears in the music video, but she's appeared in Drugs. She appeared in Losing My Mind. I don't remember if she appeared in Losing My Life though. I should have probably looked that up first, but you know what? Woe is me. But looking at the music video, it was kind of dark and but it was supposed to be that way, and I did like the move on it. Ronnie's new look, dude. I gotta say this though, just when you had the shorter hair on the Drugs video, that was good. The little bit of longer hair now, when it's not, you know, the full emo style that was the early Escape the Fate or early Falling in Reverse style, not working for me. But you know what? That's just my take on it. No big deal. I mean, it's up to you. Whatever the hell you want to do. Overall, looking at Popular Monster, right away after I first heard it, I thought, is this a top 10 song for 2019? It smacks so hard. The flow between the rap rock style of the verse and the chorus, and then the bridge and the breakdown that just go full on metalcore. Is that totally worth it? And I said, I was going to put Drugs in probably my top 10. I don't think I'm going to put Drugs in there anymore because this beats it. I think that Falling in Reverse with Popular Monster, in the end, did they come out and did they hit it hard? Abso-freaking-lutely. Do they deserve to be in the top 10 songs of the year with this? I honestly believe so at this point. So, and we're coming up towards the end of the year as well, so I'm really excited about it. And I'm just really excited to see how this song kind of adds up over the next couple of weeks before the year-end awards videos come out over that last week of 2019. And you can look for that one potentially in the best songs list. And I think the best songs one comes out either the 28th or the 30th. I do not remember which one I put it on, but one of the December 28th is either best song or best album. And then whatever one's on the 28th, 30th is the exact opposite. So taking a look also, we had another new song that came out on Friday, the 22nd, from A Day to Remember. Wait, Kevin, I thought you said A Day to Remember was pulling off the realm. Yes, I did. I did say that because from the previous week I mentioned that A Day to Remember, you know, made a note on social media saying that their new album, You're Welcome, was going to be delayed, and it was supposed to come out on Friday, November 15th, which of course they said it was going to come out in early 2020. They released a new single from it, a new music video for the song Resentment. And of course I saw it and I thought, before I even, you know, come up with anything on it, you gotta listen to it, gotta watch the video. So I listened to it, watched the video, and not gonna lie, rather disappointed in it. And now this is why. The reason I'm disappointed is taking a look at what A Day to Remember does best. They did something that no other band really did, which was merge pop punk with metalcore. Now, I've seen some other bands, you know, merge, you know, different styles of metalcore. Like I said, rap, rock, and metalcore. Falling in Reverse just did that this week, and they did it well. I mean, take a look at any catalog, any part of the catalog for A Day to Remember. The pop punk metalcore infusion, like, Welcome to the family. Always right back at it again is a good one. Shit, I'm trying to think of some other ones. Like Plot to Bomb the Panhandle. All signs point to Lauder. I mean, I could just keep rambling on and on about A Day to Remember titles that really fit that moniker. Now, I've been a little concerned with them as well, especially with the Rescue Me mix-up and collaboration with Marshmello. But then again, you're collaborating with Marshmello, so you know what you're going to get. Then they came out with their single Degenerates. I believe that was in October. And I'm like, after listening, I'm like, it's okay. It's not the best thing they've ever done. Not the worst thing they've ever done, but it's definitely not the best. Then I went into Resentment. And of course, the first thing I see from them is before I listen to it, looking at what people are saying online. Loudwire had something like, oh, they went hard on this. I'm like, okay, so I'm expecting them to go hard on this one. And instead of mixing that pop punk style with the metalcore style, I thought they mixed pop rock style with metalcore style. So I'm saying pop rock. So what bands constitute pop rock, Kevin? Take a look at the bands that are, getting the Grammy nods. And I mean, we had another thing with the Grammy nods. I'll get into that later. But Imagine Dragons was getting Grammy nods. Maroon 5 was getting Grammy nods. And they're considered pop rock. And they mixed that with metalcore on this one. Now, granted, I do actually like the metalcore aspect, especially the metalcore breakdown in Resentment. I thought they hit that one very well. But the mixture between this pop rock style in conjunction with the metalcore style, I mean, it just doesn't necessarily hit me all too well. I was not that big of a fan of it at all. After listening, I'm like, I'm a little concerned about this album right now. And the reason being is because are they going to end up, taking something like, like that pop rock style and mixing it with the stylings of metalcore? It's a mixing that pop punk metalcore style, which they really built upon. Now, don't get me wrong, you're a band, you can always, and I mean always, change it up and do whatever the heck you want. But I don't know what you guys are really thinking on this one. I was not a fan of it. I just really wasn't. It just really did not hit me very well, and in the end, kind of disappointed, guys. Kind of disappointed. But then again, we'll see what happens when they're, what was I going to say? We'll see what happens when it comes out that they're going to be doing, their new album. I'm very curious to see what happens. Very curious indeed. We also had another very, very interesting announcement. I believe the announcement came on Tuesday. So it was Epicenter Fest. And Epicenter Fest is one of the Danny Wimmer Presents festivals that is doing the double Metallica headlining shows for 2 of the 3 nights. And not gonna lie, you guys know this, I have been rather vocal against the move. Not against the move to have Metallica be a headliner, because again, I totally understand it. Metallica is the biggest draw in rock music today. But why I don't like them playing 2 nights as a headliner is because it just stunts the growth of a couple of bands going forward, especially the ones that can potentially headline. Like in this case, I'm looking at, you got Metallica on there twice, and I've said, can we get some bands that are younger that can really pull crowds that size, like a good size, like A Day to Remember, like Avenged Sevenfold. So I thought, okay, let's take a look at the lineup. And taking a look at Friday's lineup. So Friday, the first day of Epicenter, your main acts are Metallica is your headliner, with Godsmack and Papa Roach also on the top line. Now, I don't necessarily have too much of a problem with Godsmack or Papa Roach, because Godsmack, with their album from 2018, When Legends Rise, they really kind of reinvented their sound with it, which I thought, oh, that's actually really nice. I thought it was pretty good. I know some people didn't like it, but I really did. And then Papa Roach has been around for a while. I totally understand it, but I just did not like their last album, and you guys know I did not like their last album, Who Do You Trust? But taking a look, I'm like, okay, let's take a look going further down the league. Then they got David Lee Roth. I'm like, okay, now you're really starting to cater to the old fans here. Can we get some younger bands up here? They have I Prevail on for Friday as well. I like the move. Again, they're actually a Grammy-nominated band right now, which we will get to as time goes on. Taking a look at some of the other bands that appear on Friday. One that I really, 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 really want to see again is Ice Nine Kills, and I am totally down to go and see them again. And I'm messing with my mic again. So I'm happy that they put Ice Nine Kills on one of these, especially on Friday. You know, you really get a lot of good feeling there. Starset is on there as well, along with bands like New Year's Day. Let's see who else is on there on day 1. So again, day 1, I really like the supporting cast as well, especially because they got Ice Nine Kills there. That is probably the one I'm like, if you're going to Epicenter on that first day, if you're looking for one of the bands that's not one of the 3 top performers up there, Ice Nine Kills is your target. Let's take a look at Saturday, and who is headlining on Saturday? Dun 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 dun! We have Disturbed. Okay, Disturbed headline on a Saturday. Again, totally understand the move. Totally understand it. But then the second I'm like, Lynyrd Skynyrd? Again, this is in Charlotte, North Carolina. I get the fact that you can get some of that southern rock in there, but Skynyrd? Now? I really didn't care for this move because and overall the reason why I didn't care for this move is because Skinner's been around for so long. I think they got like 1 or 2 of the original members there still, and it's not necessarily going to mesh with the rest of the lineup. It just doesn't mesh. But then again, Cypress Hill is in there too. You got Disturbed, Lynyrd Skynyrd, and Stain as your top billing. Follow that by Chevelle, and we'll see what happens with Chevelle because I know their bassist is leaving at the end of the year. You got Cypress Hill. Okay, Anthrax, again, a band that's been around for a long time. But you also have Alter Bridge on there. Love the fact they have Alter Bridge on there, especially because of what Alter Bridge brings to the table. Alter Bridge is probably one of the most popular rock bands that formed after the year 2000. I mean, they've been around for, 15 years since the deformation of Creed? But, my God, are they good. Take a look who's under there. Code Orange, Of Mice and Men, love it. Saint Asonia, day 2 is where I'd be going. That's the one I'd be seeing for sure if I was going day 2. Would not miss Saint Asonia for sure. And then I'd also be like, I want to see Alter Bridge too. But I'm going to see Alter Bridge this year already. Well, I should say 2020 when they're in Milwaukee. Ginger is going to be on there as well. Again, love the move. And we also have Crown the Empire in there as well. Followed up, you got Anti-Flag in there. Love Anti-Flag. I'll be seeing him at the end of the year. And actually made a post this past week, like, oh, who would you take? Would you pick Pennywise or Anti-Flag? You pick, and they said, it was actually Anti-Flag. I said, why can't it be both? I said, you guys are freaking right. Why can't it be both? Saturday, day 2, great supporting cast. If you're going to see anyone on day 2 that's a supporting cast outside of the Disturbed, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Stained, definitely Saint Asonia with Adam Gontier with their Flawed Design album. So day 3, hey, take a look at who's on day 3. It's definitely Metallica as your headliner. I've already talked about that. Deftones and Volbeat are your also on the top end. I looked at them like Deftones, okay, Volbeat. Okay, I know there's some issues with Knotfest and some issues with them, but you know what? Volbeat brings in a much different kind of style of rock music, and I really do enjoy it. So like it there. Take a look who's on there. Gojira, Rancid, and the Dropkick Murphys. So the supporting cast so far in this one is good. Then you got Hollywood Undead, who will have their new album out by that time. Hell Yeah, who came out with their album this year. I thought it was okay. Bad Wolves and Sleeping with Sirens. Oh dear Lord. You also got the Amity Affliction in there as well. So taking a look at the lineup for Epicenter Fest. What don't I like about it? I don't like the fact, again, that Metallica is headlining 2 nights. And I don't like the fact that they got a lot of these older bands really kind of coming in headline when I thought they'd get some younger bands to really be the headliner again, like a day remember, like Avenged Sevenfold. But what I really like about this festival is the supporting cast. They did not do a bad job of the supporting cast. I actually really like what they did there. They're bringing a lot of great bands that have formed, especially, early mid 2000s, sometimes 2010s. They really did a good job putting together a supporting cast. So if you're going for all 3 days, I do have suggestions for all 3 days for your supporting cast. Supporting cast, Friday, Ice Nine Kills, Saturday, Saint Asonia, and Sunday, I'd go with Sleeping with Sirens on this one. So that's what I'm looking at for that. But I also had a Instagram follower of ours send us a notice on a couple of things, saying that after the initial release of the lineup, actually I want to move my camera stuff back because I had to move it because I wanted to look at the lineup, so I just want to make sure I get my view back better. So following the release of the lineup, They put it out on Instagram, and people were commenting on it. There was good, there was bad. Of course, you're going to get good and bad. But it was the response to the bad comments that one of our Instagram followers thought was somewhat out of line, somewhat inappropriate. And I looked through, screenshot them, and I'm going to share them with you. And we're going to talk about Epicenter's social media account, especially on Instagram. Alrighty, so taking a look at some of the C's, I saw one Instagram user say, "Why Metallica for 2 nights? It's because you couldn't get other band to come in." And they're talking about, also wonder where Tool is kind of thing going off in it. And they said, "Yep, look at all the blank spaces in the lineup." That's actually a good response to it, honestly. I mean, of course, if you're going to get hate no matter what for some of this stuff, I do like the response. Because it's, you're kind of standing up for yourself, like, we put this together, and plus this is a rock music page. This is rock and metal. We're not necessarily going to be always nice. We're not all bubble gum pop cuddly crap. We're not, we can get nasty a little bit. So I did like that one right there. Also, we have, wow, a lot of people are already bitching on here, already saw that coming, and then Epicenter said, "We didn't." And again, love the move. I love the sarcasm on that one specific. I love it. Let's keep going. Someone said, just pitiful, and they responded with, "Nobody will miss you." The response was, "Ouch, someone's a little touchy." And then Epicenter came out with, "Is that what your arrest record says?" Now, at first I thought, oh man, maybe if this dude actually has an arrest record, maybe that's a little touching a little too close to the heartstrings. But then after I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? I actually find that kind of funny. And again, it's something where we're not going to be the nicest people all the time. It's not in our nature. It's the fact of the matter is, like, for me, it's if someone's going to criticize me on something, I don't go after them like that right away. It's not my style. What my style is kind of, someone's going to come after me and say, "Oh, your list is trash, your thoughts are trash," something like that. I say, why? I always ask why. Because the reason I do that is because if you think that, my reasoning for something, like say one of my album reviews, you think it's trash, you think it's bad, and you're going to come out and say it, I'm going to look at you and say, why? Why do you think that? And if they come out and say absolutely nothing, guess who won? Me. Why? Because I put the ball in their court and they freaking dropped it because they said they made a claim and I asked them to support that claim and they didn't. Now, I've had a couple people say, "Oh, it's trash." I'm like, "Why?" And they say, "Well, it's just trash." I'm like, your argument's invalid because you're just saying something for the sake of nothing. Like, clearly, if someone looks at this and they see me put out my point of view, you say it's trash, I say why, and you just come out with the exact same thing saying, "Oh, it's trash." Yeah, not worth it. However, in a situation that I also work with is if someone says, "Oh, criticize me for something," and I say why, and then they come out and actually explain their position on it, 95 to 99% of the time, I don't know the actual number at this point, but I usually engage in one hell of a great conversation with that person. The reason being is because instead of us being hostile, we're sharing the ideas with each other. However, there are times where, people will come at me negatively. I had one come up. I gotta pull this one up, man. I saved it somewhere, but I had Instagram user create an account. I don't know who it was, but the dude created an account and he said, "Yeah, your life is bullshit. All you do is post album pictures up from other artists and then you judge. I make music and you just follow. Get a life, idiot, and stop with the hating." The guy had 2 followers at this point, 4 posts, and his Instagram page no longer exists. I screenshotted that message and I saved it because I wanted to go back and I'm like, you know what? This ain't worth it. But if I got that in a comment on like my page or something instead of like in a direct message, I literally would have said, "Thanks for the motivation, fuckface," or "Thanks for the motivation, asshole." I'm just gonna kill you one way or another with positivity. I'm gonna just destroy that whole entire thing with positivity. Taking it a different way. You're gonna try and get on me. I'm gonna say thank you for the motivation. Taking a look at some of the other stuff they came out with. Someone said, "Damn, a lineup not even worth $1, LMAO." And Epicenter just tagged the person in their comment and just had the emoji waving goodbye. Again, I like that one too. It's just like, if you don't want to come, then don't come. If you want to say something, but don't expect them to take it down, Someone else said this lineup sucks compared to Rebellion. Then a response from most was just don't go. This person originally was posting said I won't, and then they had rock hands, praise be the Lord, and rock hands again. And the Epicenter Fest just had a arrow point up, basically kind of like what he said. We also had someone say trash, and Epicenter Fest said can't wait to not see you there. I love that. I absolutely love that. That's BS. There was another one, and someone said, oh God, you aren't allowed to have an opinion on this lineup according to the smartass who runs this page. And they kind of just had the praise. Someone said fucking terrible, and they just pointed to the door. And someone said, really, that's how you treat people who pay for you to have a job, support you to HR, probably the same smartass who runs Larger Than Life website. Get over it. Some people don't like lineup, and they said that's how we treat people who call us terrible. That one gets a little tough. I mean, and then it keeps going on like that. Someone said, they said this something like this because they kept going, like, you're a crybaby, I'm telling mom. I love that you're a crybaby, I'm telling mom. I do like the fact they defend themselves by saying, like, that's how we treat people who call us terrible. But then again, there's also a fine line you have to walk with that as well, because we do live in a world today where there's a lot more of a conscious effort by people to kind of be nice, but then if you say something against them, it's a very weird world we're living in, to the point where it's like, I can have an opinion, but if you come back, my opinion, I'm gonna be, you're the bad person kind of thing. Honestly, let's just put it this way. At some point, like with that one where it's like, is that what your arrest record says? I thought they may have stepped over the line a little bit on that one. A lot of the other ones I thought was just, they put together something completely big and people weren't liking it. A lot of people were liking it, people weren't, and they were responding to the people that didn't like it, and they were using more wit and sarcasm than I thought that they actually would. I do still like the move, but for me, I wouldn't have gone about it that way. However, I mean, if that's their style, that is totally their style. It's what they do. It's up to them. Now, do I think this is bad for rock music overall, that their social media account was like that? Honestly, no. I honestly don't think that. It's because take a look at Wendy's, actually. Because take a look at the Wendy's Twitter account. The Wendy's Twitter account is famous for just roasting the hell out of people. And it's up their business because it's something that's different. It's something that's not necessarily politically correct, and they don't really care about the feelings. And it's like, you know what? They're going to defend their proposition. They're going to defend their product. I totally understand that. I would too. Again, I do it in a little bit of a different way where I try and go a little bit more positive and actually understand. But if someone's going to come out again and say it's trash, I ask why. They say it's trash, then I'm going to get defensive because it's like, well, you're not making any fucking sense. And then it's like, oh, look at you. It's like, end of life. I'm like, yeah, well, it's like for the people that are just constantly like, trying to trash them. It's like, well, then what are you doing? Honestly. To the user who brought that to my attention, I want to say thank you, because I really did find that interesting and love talking about it. However, I don't necessarily think it was all too bad. That's what I'm going to put about it. I don't necessarily think it was all too bad. I actually rather enjoyed it. So, yeah. Alrighty, I got another one for you in terms of a list. So, if you guys have seen a lot of things, Loudwire has been putting up a lot of stuff, for their end of the year stuff, but also for the Grammys as well. And I'm going to take a look at the Grammy nominations as well. We're going to start out with Record of the Year, and it's a lot of stuff that I think I've heard of two of the songs. I've heard of Bad Guy by Billie Eilish and Old Town Road by Lil Nas X. And I think the only one I've actually heard all the way through is Bad Guy. So I really just don't care. Album of the Year, all pop and stuff. Don't care. Song of the Year, all pop and stuff. Don't care. Best New Artist, again, all pop and stuff. Don't care. Now this is where we get interesting. They have Best Rock Performance, Pretty Waste by Bones UK, This Land, Gary Clark Jr., History Repeats, Brittany Howard, Woman by Karen O, and Danger Mouse, and Too Bad by Rival Sons. What the actual hell? Who the hell are these people? I have no idea. Is that even rock? Come on, we had so much more great rock music come out of this year for rock performance that how can you not put something on there? How is Alter Bridge on there? How is Saint Sonia not on there? Or did they not get released early enough? Come on. This is bull. I'm trying to think of some other rock musicians that like Sleeping with Sirens. Why aren't they on there? I would say Skillet, but I know people are like, oh, you don't want to hear Skillet, but I would put them on there. Okay, best metal performance. This is where we're starting to get a little bit more stuff. Astralis by the Great Octopus. Or Astralis, the Great Octopus by Candlemass. My bad. Didn't hear. Human Side by Death Angel. Bow Down by I Prevail. That one was an absolute smacker, and I did enjoy that song, so I'm happy it's on there. I think there's some that are better than it, but I do like that song a lot. Unleashed by Killswitch Engage is on there. Now, I think they really missed the mark for best metal performance on this one. Take Unleashed by Killswitch Engage on there. If you're going to put something by Killswitch on there for this one, put the Signal Fire where they have Howard Jones featured. That was a much better song, and it was fantastic. And then Tempest by Tool, again, totally understand. Best rock song, they have Fear Inoculum by Tool, Give Yourself a Try by the 1975, Harmony Hall by Vampire Weekend, History Repeats by Brittany Howard, and This Land by Gary Clark Jr. I still probably give it to Fear Inoculum by Tool. Rock album. This is for the best rock album. Oh my god. Amo by Bring Me the Horizon is nominated. And you guys know how I don't like that album. You guys easily already know how I don't care for Amo by Bring Me the Horizon at all. But again, I'm going to say it. I do understand where Ali Sykes is trying to come with it, what he's trying to do with it, but oh man. Social Cues by Cage the Elephant, In the End by the Cranberries, Trauma by I Prevail. Trauma's on there? Oh, I'd have put Hurricane on there instead, man. And Feral Roots by Rival Sons. I think that's really all we got at this point. Yeah, so again, the Grammys, I was definitely sure that I was not going to care for the Grammys and what they're going to put out there at all. But you know what? Had to say it, had to talk about it. So that's where I'm going to go with that. Always I'm disappointed by the Grammys and always what they come up with because I don't think they actually represent rock and metal very well. But then again, I mean, they got different tastes than us. Loudwire also put out, the lists, like their 66 best metal albums, rock albums, metal songs, rock songs. And the most recent one they put out was rock songs. So I'm going to actually take a look at this one and see what they came up with. And let's see if I'm going to give my comments on some of these as well. So we're going to go 66 to 1, and we'll start with this. We've got 66. No freaking way. No fucking way. They got Rise Against at number 66 with Help Is on the Way from Endgame. Would I have put that at 66? Nah. I'd have made sure the Violence off of Wolves album, that would have been on here. I thought that was a better song. This is what they said about Help Is on the Way. And impassioned response to the effects felt by the communities in New Orleans as a result of Hurricane Katrina. They say it's an anthemic lead single, but it was not the lead single. Architects was actually the lead single. Built around a really sharp, catchy guitar line. It's characterized by frontman Tim McGrath's trademark emotive delivery, which is very true. 65, What Do You Want? Evanescence. 64, Dirty Honey, When I'm Gone. 63, Rival Sons, Do Your Worst. 62, Judas by Fozzy. Now, Fozzy, of course, is the band that's led by wrestler Chris Jericho. Judas was a great song. I'm glad that Judas put up there because it's very rock radio friendly, but it also hits very hard as well. It's their highest charting song at number 5 on the mainstream rock chart. Again, love the fact that they're on there. Lullaby by Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes coming at 61. I think we featured that one. 60, SOS by Glorious Sons. 59, I Hope You Suffer by AFI, Fire Inside. 58, Maybe by Sick Puppies. I would take this one out and put You're Going Down in there. You're Going Down was a much better song than Maybe, in my opinion. 57, Revolution Radio by Green Day. Yeah, Green Day went more punk again with this one. Don't think it was one of the best ones of the decade, but you know what? If Flower put on there, again, it's their list. I'm just reacting to it right now. 56, Ghost by Bad Flower. 55, In the End by Black Veil Brides. Oh, I wasn't actually a big fan of In the End by Black Veil Brides. If anything, for Black Veil Brides, I thought My Vow was a good song. I thought Coffin off their EP was a good song in 2017. And I did like some of their stadium rock stuff. But then again, that reminds me a lot of my childhood and what I would listen to with my dad. And I actually played Black Veil Brides with my dad. Oh, he really likes the Set the World on Fire on because it reminds him a lot of that 80s glam rock that he would listen to when he was my age. So, yeah, it makes sense. 54, Cut Me Some Slack by Sirvana. 53, Resistance by Muse. I actually really like this song as well. I need a little bit of a thirst quencher. Basically to, whet my whistle. But Resistance, I actually really like this one. Matt Bellamy's vocal range was on top on this one. Loved it. 52. Okay, I love the fact they included Skillet on this list. I love it. Because Skillet is a good band. However, looking at the song they picked Sick of It. And when it comes to Sick of It, this was off their Rise album that came out in 2013. I really didn't like Sick of It. I thought it was really simplistic, kind of dull, and kind of just like forced. The reason I don't like it on this list is because the song that's on the album right after it is, honestly, it might go on my top 10 songs of all time for my Self list and Not Gonna Die. That is what I think is Skillet's best song. I think it belongs on this freaking list. I don't think Sick of It does, but I'm so glad to see Skillet on this list. Again, not necessarily trashing all these songs, being like, oh, these songs suck. It's, again, some of these I would replace with different songs, and I'm surprised they're on here. 51, Failure by Breaking Benjamin. Ooh, this song gives me the emotions. Same thing with Angels Fall. Would I put Failure on this one? Yeah, Failure was a good tune. I think I'd replace it, though, with Red Cold River. This cover of Zombie by Bad Wolves is at number 50. Scars, I Prevail, number 49. 48, The Promise by Chris Cornell. Whoa. 47, This Is War by 30 Seconds to Mars. I thought Kings and Queens was a much better song. The title track of the band's third album starts with Jared Leto's whisper quiet lyrics, but the song builds and erupts in an uplifting crescendo, bolstered by the band's fans who submitted vocals that were used for the chorus. I did not know that. This was a soaring track that went on to top the Billboard Alternative Song chart, hit number 4 on the Rock Songs chart, and eventually was gold certified for sales in the U.S. I would have picked Kings and Queens or something, but Kings and Queens might have been a single that was released in 2009. Let's keep going. This Is the Time, Nothing More, 46. 45, Never Fade, Alice in Chains. 44, UVU by The Who. The HU Who. Oh, that's a good pick by having them on there. Figured Out Royal Blood, 43. 42, coming in with... Oh, yes, they put them on this. Made in America by Fever 333. Fever 333 is like, coming out party track. Yeah, this one belongs on the list. I'm sorry if I'm shaking the table on the video. My bad, guys. So, Fever 333 coming in at 42. Absolutely love it. Could Have Been Me by the Struts at 41. Grand Canyon by Pussifier, number 40. 39. Dead City Radio by Zombie, Rob Zombie, that is. Came Back Haunted by 9 Inch Nails, 38. 37, The Adventures of Rain Dance Maggie by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. 36, Lydia by Highly Suspect. 35, ooh yes, Gravity by Papa Roach featuring Maria Brink of In This Moment. Man, when I was a senior in college, I was freaking addicted to this song. It was fantastic. Taking a look at how Loudwire put it, retrospection is the order of the day for this Papa Roach cut. Conveys the complexities that arise in relationships, seemingly romantically. Then they level the peg it at. Let me reread this. It conveys the complexities that arise in relationships, seemingly romantically, but the level they peg it at hits far beyond that of tangible love. The addition of Maria Brink. The perspective falls on equal terms, truly hitting home an intrinsic nature of human relationships. Absolutely love that description. Great song. Number 34, yes! Take Me to the Gunman by Chevelle. That was a good song, honestly. I really like that song. 33, Addicted to Pain by Alter Bridge. Ooh, I wish they would put In the Deep on this one from Alter Bridge. I thought that was a great song. Number 32, You're Alive by Slash, featuring Miles Kennedy and the Co-Conspirators. Or just the Conspirators, I don't really know it. Yeah, just the Conspirators. 31, Blood by In This Moment. So In This Moment, Maria Brink making a couple of splashes here on the list. I do like Blood. I think it's a good track. I'm just kind of surprised they didn't put Horror on this one. Shock Me by the Baroness. 30. 29, Can You Feel My Heart by Bring Me the Horizon. 28, you knew Linkin Park was going to make an appearance on this list at some point. Here it is, Burn It Down, Linkin Park at 28. Again, Linkin Park, when it comes to the 2010s, I think this is definitely going to be their best track. However, if you look at the best 66 tracks from rock music and metal music from 2000, I think Linkin Park's going to be on there 5 or 6 times. 27, Tempest by Deftones. 26, Country Song by Seether. 25, Cut the Cord by Shinedown. Ooh, that was a good tune. I know 24's got something good for me. Walk by the Foo Fighters. The Foo Fighters, of course, are going to make an appearance on this. I loved Walk because of what it did. I love the music video, kind of like taking, the uplifting rock song, basically taking, that you still have hope even in a world that you could feel completely mundane. Number 23, My Chemical Romance with na 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 na. Absolutely love to have MCR on there as well. Number 22, Faith No More, Superhero. 21, Rose Tattoo by the Dropkick Murphys. Ooh, Sign and Seal and Blood from the Dropkick Murphys. That was one hell of a. I really like The Boys Are Back in Town. It's The Boys Are Back. Not The Boys Are Back in Town. Just The Boys Are Back. But Rose Tattoo, ooh, that was a good song. 20, Disillusioned by a Perfect Circle. Of course, you got James Maynard Keenan on there. 19, All I Want by A Day to Remember. Of course, A Day to Remember was going to come up on this list. I wish I would have put Right Back at It Again on there instead, but then again, that's just me. 18, I Appear Missing by Queens of the Stone Age. You knew they were going to make an appearance. You knew Corey Taylor was going to be on this list with Absolute Zero from Stone Sour. You knew he was going to appear on this list. I didn't think that song should be on this list. I thought song number 3 from Stone Sour should be on this list. I really like that song as well. 16, Stressed Out, 21 Pilots. I'm going to give that one a big I think it's just weak. Number 15, Heaven Knows by the Pretty Reckless. I thought they ranked that one pretty high, but I actually do like the track. 14, Dance Macabre by Ghost. Yep, Ghost is going to make. Monster by Starset. 13, Weathermen by Dead Star at 12. Highway Tune by Greta Van Fleet at 11. Or in the top 10 with Hollow, Alice in Chains. My Chemical Romance coming with Sing at number 9. 8, Hailstorm, Love Bites, So Do I would take that one out and put Miss the Misery in there, man. That'd be 7, Disturbed is in the top 10 with their cover, The Sound of Silence. I mean, that's pretty much become their calling card along with Down with the Sickness. However, on the Immortalized album, if I had to pick a song off that one that I would go with The Light. We're going to go to number 6, Jekyll and Hyde by Five Finger Death Punch. Yeah, I know a lot of people like that song. 5, So Far Away by Avenged Sevenfold. Oh, the emotional tribute to the Rev. Yes, that belongs on this list. 4, the Foo Fighters make another appearance with Something from Nothing. That is a really good track. First took on a musical journey in more ways than one with Sonic Highways. Explain the U.S.'s great music scene. The band ventured to Chicago to work at Steve Albini's Electric Audio Studio and called upon Illinois royalty with Cheap Trick's Rick Nielsen lending a hand on guitar. Ooh, I didn't even know that. The result of this worked up collaboration inspired by Chicago scene with Something from Nothing, a chart-topping song that alternative and mainstream rock radio that took listeners for a ride through all Foo Fighters can do musically while speaking to the can-do spirit that made them a success. It's inspiring and it rocks. That's straight from Loudwire, and I totally agree with it. Now we're in the top 3. Number 3, Go to War, Nothing More. I think I actually featured that song. That was a good song. Deftones, Diamond Eyes at number 2, and the number 1 rock song in the 2010s according to Loudwire, Third Day of a 7-Day Binge by Marilyn Manson. I actually haven't listened to that song, but I mean, I know Manson had something. I think I actually did though. I know Manson had something good from this decade, and I think that was it. So, again, overall the list, my list would be different, but then again, not too mad about it. You know what? If I was going to do rock, let's do metal as well. This one I'm going to go through a little bit quicker, though, because I'm not going to necessarily probably know as many of these. But 66 best metal songs of the decade. 66, Grace, Devin Townsend Project. Okay. 65, Condemned to the Gallows by Between the Buried and Me. My bad. 64, Wolf I Feed, Napalm Death. 63, The Diplomat by Pig Destroyer. 62, An Ocean of Wisdom by Gorguts. Wow. Melancholia by Tribulation at 61. 60, Born to Lose by The Devil Wears Prada. I heard that one live, and that song is good. I'm just going to put it that way. 59, The Bee by Amorpheus. Insomnium's While We Sleep comes in at 58. You'll Never Find Me by Korn, off an album I reviewed this year, The Nothing, comes in at 57. I actually really like that one because it really talked a lot about what Jonathan Davis had gone through. 56, I Saw the End by Paul Bearer. 55, Talonback Sabaton. 54, Make Total Destroy by Periphery. Sorceress by Opeth at 53. We got The Longest Winter by Paradise Lost at 52, The Enemy Inside by Dream Theater at 51, and Mistake Like Fractures by Knock Loose at 50. So, as you guys can see, kind of coming up on some stuff. One of us is The Killer, Dillinger Escape Plan, 49. Killswitch Engage, Hate by Design, 48. Where is the Signal Fire, guys? The Signal Fire was, honestly, in my opinion, Killswitch Engage's best song, because you get the mixture of Howard and Jesse on that one, and it just worked out perfectly. Locust by Machine Head, 47. Glory Hole by Steel Panther at 46. I love the fact that Steel Panther makes an appearance on this list. The Vampire from Nazareth, Septic Flesh, 45. 44, Heartbreaker by Motorhead. 43, Elephant Savage by Gojira. Ooh, I like it. Number 42, Unsainted by Slipknot. I'd have put Nero Forte on this list had it been anything, but I know there was going to be some kind of Slipknot or Stone Sour on this list. Of course, probably going to get more as we go along. We'll see what happens. Again, it's Loudwire. Giza Butler by Sleep at 41, and 40 is Repentless by Slayer. 39, In Waves by Trivium. Now, I would not have put In Waves on this list. I thought The Sin in the Sentence freaking kicked ass. I would have put that one on here. My God. Yeah, it says in here, Matt Heffy has one of the best voices in contemporary metal. The fact that it's fully displayed on this song, that is actually true. I agree with that. War Eternal Arch Enemy, 38. 37, Sultan's Curse, Mastodon, 36. Mindcrawler by Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats, 35. Wild Eyes, Parkway Drive making an appearance. I know they're absolutely huge over in Europe, so of course they're going to be making an appearance on this list. Blood Eagle Wings by Anthrax at 34. 33, God is Dead, ? By Black Sabbath, with massive anticipation preceding. 13, World of Pressure on Black Sabbath. Thankfully, God is Dead swiftly alleviated any doubts from fans, gave the band itself a huge sigh of relief. That was a good song, I'm not going to lie. Underwater Bimbos from Outer Space from Every Time I Die, 32. 31, coming in with Desolation from Lamb of God. 30, Gimme Chocolate by Baby Metal. Can we get As I Lay Dying's Blind on here instead of this? That's my take, guys. That's my take. I know some people out there like Baby Metal. I just don't. Unfit for Human Consumption by Carcass, 29. 28, I Dementia by Whitechapel. Had a chance to see Whitechapel. Didn't, because I was coming home from Minneapolis instead. Executioner's Tax, Swing the Axe by Power Trip at 27. 26, Talk Shit, Get Shot by Body Count. Love the title on that one. Avatar making an appearance at 25 with Hail to the Apocalypse. I'm okay with that song. Not the biggest fan, but it's okay. You Only Live Once by Suicide Silence at 24. 23, we have Raise Your Horns by Emin Amarth. I probably messed that up. 22, Electric Messiah by High on Fire. And 21, we've got Devil's Fine by Zealand Ardor. Okay. 20, Kai Tangeta by Alien Weaponry. Okay. Pisces by Ginger at 19. Okay, I like the fact that I see Ginger on the list. Clockworks by Meshuggah at 18. Iron Maiden at 17 on the list with If Eternally I Should Fall. I know Bill Burr ranted about that song like crazy when it came out. Inbound by Overkill at 16. 15, we have Forced Gender Reassignment by Cattle Decapitation. Now that's a name. Year Zero by Ghost at 14. 13, Moth in a Flames by Metallica. Yeah, I get why they put that on there. 12, Lightning Strike by Judas Priest. Again, Rob Halford is still a great vocalist. Silvera by Gojira at 11. Now we're going to get into the top 10, ladies and gentlemen. Top 10. Behemoth's Oh Father, Oh Satan, Oh Son is number 10. Number 9, Pneuma by Tool. Dude, put Tempest in here, man. Come on. That's better. Code Orange is Forever at 8. Avenged Sevenfold's Nightmare at 7. So from the same album, Avenged Sevenfold was able to get a top 10 on Loudwire's Best Metal and Best Rock tracks, with So Far Away on the rock and Nightmare on metal. I like that. Nightmare is a good song. Ghost Circle is at number 6. Number 5, we have Dystopia by Megadeth. Number 4, Shadow Moses by Bring Me the Horizon. Now this one belongs on this list. 3, The Devil and I, Slipknot. You knew Slipknot was going to come around more than once. Rammstein's Deutschland is number 2, and number 1. Wait, it's not Slipknot? Loudwire, what are you doing? It's Square Hammer by Ghost. Okay, I don't really know many of those songs. I don't really listen to many of those bands as much, but when it comes to metal, where are some of the metalcore? I mean, we had Devil Wears Prada in there. We had some Bring Me the Horizon in there, but where was anything off of As I Lay Dying? Not As I Did. Where was anything off of The Silver Scream? Where was Eternally Yours by Motionless in White in any of these? Because I think Eternally Yours is one of the best songs of all time. Then again, this is Loud Words List. This ain't my list. And I'm just full on reacting to it like a madman. So what the heck am I doing out here? I would react to the best albums, but you guys don't want to hear me react to that kind of crap. Because I've already gone on for a good amount of time just reacting, ranting, and raving about this stuff. But as the end of the year is coming up, as we're approaching Thanksgiving again, I'm going to do this one last thing before I sign off for you guys for episode number 43, the Thanksgiving episode. So, I'm going to take a look at 2019 in music and say, when it comes to music in 2019, I'm going to go with 5 things that I'm thankful for. 5 big things to be thankful for my perspective, 2019. First one that I'm thankful for is I'm thankful for our Instagram follower, Evie, who got me into metalcore by introducing me to Motionless in White, because through there, I got to hear the song Voices, I got to hear Eternally Yours, which I absolutely freaking love, and I got to get into other bands, like I got to get into As I Lay Dying, I got to get into a little bit of Devil Wears Prada, I got to get into Ice Nine Kills a whole lot, and that's going to come to number 2. I am thankful that I decided not to stay home, and after working for a bunch of overtime, I'm thankful that I didn't stay home and skip that show. I went to go see Ice Nine Kills, and I'm thankful that I did, because I absolutely love listening to the band now. I can't get enough of them, so that's number 2 I'm thankful for, is listening to Ice Nine Kills and going to that show. Absolutely thankful for it. Number 3 that I'm thankful for is... Number 3 thing I'm thankful for this year, Kathy Miller, biggest Disturbed fan out there. I got to meet Kathy. Been to 2 shows with her for Disturbed, been to Chicago, been to Milwaukee. She let me get really close to the stage for my second favorite band of all time, only behind Rise Against. And my God, it was a freaking dream come true. I haven't got that signed Believe album that Kathy got for me, and I'm so thankful for that. So everything that Kathy Miller has done, not only for me and the good times we had together at those concerts, but all the good she's doing with her Disturbed Ones, You Are Not Alone fan page. My God, is that woman fantastic. And I'm so thankful to have met her and to call her a friend. So that is the 3rd thing I'm thankful for. The 4th thing I'm thankful for is... Shoot, I gotta think of the 4th thing. I already know what the last thing is, but I want to save that one till the end. So, the 4th thing I'm thankful for is... honestly, the freedom going to concerts by myself. That is the 4th thing I'm thankful for, because I've gone to so many concerts this year by myself that I've absolutely loved and had great times at. Like, one of the first ones I went to this year was Under Oath, Skillet, and Breaking Benjamin. I got to see Skillet for the first time. I lost my shoes, and I got them back somehow. Going to Riot Fest by myself and just enjoying the hell out of being literally in the middle of that giant crowd for Rise Against, and just getting pushed around everywhere and loving every second of it. Seeing Ice Nine Kills, going to Europe to see 30 Seconds to Mars at Mars Island 2 nights in a row. I'm so thankful I have the confidence in myself now to go and do this stuff, because it has been the best time. And the last thing I'm thankful for this year, number 5, last thing I'm thankful for is you guys, the listeners, the followers, everyone that supports the My Song of the Day project. Now, why am I thankful for you guys? Because you guys are helping me achieve my dream of creating the best rock music page and the best rock community here on the internet. Also, you guys, I love talking with you guys. I absolutely love it. I love communicating with you. Whether it's, just you potentially, getting to know my song, like the song of the day, talking to you on the podcast, talking to you in the comments on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, talking to you via the live stream. The live stream is always so much fun with how much, it starts in music and it just evolves into something completely different. It just takes off and it is so much fun, and I absolutely love every single minute of it. And Guys, honestly, I mean, even if you guys weren't following me, I would still love you. But I love you still because you follow me. And I'm very thankful that you are a part of this. So, to all the followers, to Anthony, Evie, trying to think who else out there. Logan, Maddie, shoot, I know a couple, I gotta come up. Jake, Andrew, I'll throw, Dominica, the Lori Peters fan page, Kathy, and everybody else. I really want to say thank you. With Thanksgiving, of course, like I said, being my favorite holiday, I really want to thank you guys for being a part of this with me. And I really wish, well, I'm not going to wish, because I know it's again, but I want to, continue to have your support going into 2020 and forever beyond. Because we all love rock music. We all love metal. We all love, any kind of subgenre rock, where it's punk rock like me and now getting into metalcore, or if it's some kind of alternative even, or death metal or black metal like some of you guys like, or just heavy metal, or some post-hardcore stuff, even emo, pop punk, whatever it may be. You guys know I just love rock music, and I love metal now as well. And you guys have helped make this page what it is. And I know you will continue to help make this page what it will become by this time next year. I really want to say thank you to that. And I hope as much as possible for all of you guys. Not only the ones I just mentioned, when I was rattling off the names, but to everybody that follows the My Song of the Day stuff. I hope that I get to see a concert with you guys at least at one point in life. That's one thing I want to do. I want to see a concert with you guys. I'll let you guys know what concerts I'm going to, and where they're going to be. Most likely, for me, mostly they're going to be in the Midwest, so Milwaukee, Chicago, Madison, and Minneapolis. Maybe some other fun ones if I can get out to them, like I'm trying to do in 2020, but we'll see what happens. But I really want to see concerts with all you guys, because the times I've seen concerts with you guys, absolutely loved it. And especially if I see a concert with you, with your favorite band. But if your favorite band is Rise Against like mine, then we're going to have a great time. But otherwise, we're going to have a great time no matter what, because I just like going to concerts. I like hanging out with people that love rock music and I really appreciate it like you guys do. So I really want to thank you guys for, being a part of this and supporting this. I can't thank you enough. And on that note, you know what? I got to potentially call it. Well, not call, the My Song of the Day project. I'm not calling that. You want to know what I'm calling? Just calling the episode, because taking a look at the timer, went actually a good amount today. Went about an hour. Really happy with that, honestly. Really happy with that. So in the end, I'm going to end with this, guys. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your friends. Enjoy, relax. Enjoy some rock music. Happy to have you guys as fans. And again, thank you very much. So on this Thanksgiving special episode, this is Kevin from the Chord Progression Podcast, brought to you by My Sunday Rock 2000. Today ending with the ever classic See